What's up, everybody? Welcome to S'mores Indoors and the Midnight Files. I'm Corey, your host, and tonight on the show we're talking about sleep paralysis. Always a fearful thing, especially if you've seen shows, documentaries about it. It's always kind of a scary topic, and we're going to go into that tonight and a little bit about the show. You know, you wake up in bed, your eyes are open, you know where you are. You can see the room around you, but you cannot move. You try to lift your arm, nothing. You try to speak, nothing. Your body feels locked down, like someone hit pause on your nervous system. Then the fear starts. Maybe you hear footsteps. Maybe there's a pressure on your chest. Maybe you feel someone standing near the bed. Maybe you see a shadow in the corner. Science says sleep paralysis happens when the mind wakes up before the body fully leaves REM sleep. But people have experienced it often describe something much darker. So tonight we're asking, is sleep paralysis just a terrifying brain glitch? Or does it open the door to something stranger? I am joined tonight by Flesh Wound Dan. We're going to tackle this subject. What's up, Dan?
What's up, Corey? Good to be here.
Good to have you here. Cliff's already on the board.
I beat him to it. I sent him.
I thought that was his comment at first, and then I saw, oh, it's not.
It is me. It is me. Yes. You gotta thwart the evil and preemptively strike it. So
That's
there
right.
you go. There you go.
So sleep paralysis. Dan, have you ever experienced anything like sleep paralysis?
I don't think so. I mean, I think we've all had like a really vivid nightmare at some point, but specifically sleep paralysis, I don't believe so. And it certainly seems like something you'd know if you did, from what you read about it, that it would be unmistakable. And what's up, Jamie? Good to see you too.
I haven't seen you in a while. Good to have you by. I've had moments where I woke up and it was kind of hard to move. I didn't feel like I was just kind of frozen in place, but like I must have woke up and just really been locked into sleep or something. But yeah, it's nothing I've had kind of how people talk about sleep paralysis. So
yeah, generally with me, I don't have any weird sleeping issues. It can take me a minute to get to sleep, but usually once I'm asleep until I wake up.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But I have known people that have been through this, so it should be interesting.
Before we get into all the ins and outs of sleep paralysis, just initial thoughts. Do you feel like it's more a scientific thing or a paranormal thing?
This one's odd because I think with sleep paralysis, I think we all agree it's real. I would think I think even doctors now, it's all I believe it's considered legit, not just.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a scientific explanation that they put out, so it kind of feels like it's all agreed upon.
So it is a thing. Could there be something paranormal about it? Possibly. This one is a little more up for debate versus our last subject. So
right.
Yeah.
What's up, Jake?
What up, Jake?
Greg. I want to mention Greg. Ben, I think Ben Grimm, yeah. Ben says that he did have one time where he woke up, couldn't move or speak. He didn't see anything, but was conscious or what was going on. Just went back to sleep. Yeah, I think I've had stuff like that. Kind of, you wake up and you're kind of, especially if you're in a really vivid dream and you kind of wake up suddenly and you're kind of determining what was real and what isn't. So,
yeah, most dreams I forget almost immediately upon waking up. Maybe you still just got like a hint of it, but usually you lose it. I have had some rare occasions where it's vivid enough that I remember exactly where I was, what I was doing in the dream state. So those are interesting. Now, I can't imagine being fully awake but paralyzed and then whatever the most fucked up dream you've had. It's like that is at you. That is pretty horrific. So
Yeah.
my heart goes out to anybody who's actually been through it.
let's get into it, and let's first talk about what sleep paralysis is, and this is kind of the more, um, I guess, scientific description. During REM sleep, your body naturally keeps most of your muscles temporarily paralyzed so you do not act out your dreams. Usually, when you wake up, that paralysis switches off, but sometimes the timing gets crossed. Your mind wakes up, but your body is still locked in sleep mode. That is sleep paralysis. It can last seconds or minutes. For the person experiencing it, it can feel much longer. The terrifying part is not just that you cannot move, it's that you are awake enough to know you cannot move. So does knowing like the scientific explanation of that make it a little less scarier, you think?
I don't think so. I don't
Yeah.
know. I mean, I guess it is more terrifying if you really believe you're in the grip of a demon or aliens or whatever the case may be.
Right.
But I don't know. It is just as scary, even if it is a natural process that some of us experience in our minds during our sleep cycle.
I think what's scary about it too is I've always had this fear about being like totally paralyzed. That would be like just a horrible existence.
Mm-hmm.
And that just that feeling of it would keep me scared of that happening. So
Yeah.
even if it's just for a minute or seconds or whatever it is. So yeah. But let's talk a little bit about what people experience. Um, so sleep paralysis is often more than just being frozen. People report pressure on the chest, trouble breathing, buzzing vibrations, footsteps, whispers, shadows, and a strong feeling that someone or something is nearby. That feeling of a presence is one of the most common parts. People say they do not just feel afraid, they feel watched. And because they cannot move, they cannot check the room, they cannot turn on a light, they cannot sit up. They're stuck inside the fear. What would scare you more, the hearing something, seeing something, or just sensing something?
Oh, well, seeing something for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that would be pretty terrifying that you can't react or respond to it in any kind of way. And yeah, I you hear some wild stuff. There's this documentary, The Nightmare, that I was mentioning to you off air,
Yeah.
and it does share a lot of these stories. And yeah, I don't want to get ahead of myself with the possible
Right.
explanations, but yeah.
Um, I'll shout out Swaggy G out there. He finally got to meet Jessa Flux. Proud of you. Um, Hope you had a good time at FrankenCon this weekend, Swaggy.
Hell yeah.
Ben Grimm's talking about the Hat Man, which we have here every episode. So
Yeah.
it is real.
Yeah.
But we're going to talk about the Hat Man a little
In a
bit.
lot of bedrooms, Ben. Yes. A lot of fantasies. That's just sexual fantasies because I'm a YouTube superstar after all. So that's why they see me.
Shout out Jay the Stingray. I can't remember if I mentioned Jay, but shout out anyway. Haven't seen you in a while, buddy. Hope you're well.
Shout out.
All right, why it feels real. Sleep paralysis feels different from a normal nightmare because it often happens in your actual bedroom. You see your real walls, your real door, your real ceiling, your real pile of laundry that suddenly looks like it has a criminal record. The nightmare is not happening in some dream world, it's happening in your room. That's why people remember these episodes so clearly. The brain is mixing dream imagery with real surroundings. Science can't explain that. But when you're the one frozen in bed staring at a shadow by the door, science is probably not the first thing on your mind. Um, have you ever had nightmares that kind of take place in your room, in your house?
Oh, for sure. For sure. I remember that I was young and probably just watching a lot of movies at that point that I was shouldn't have been watching yet. I had a dream. It's weird. I can remember this one vividly. where accidentally knocked like a bird's nest outside playing ball, I believe, and brought it inside to help the bird, and it
Yeah.
grew into like this zombified monster and just started
Oh,
killing my family basically.
jeez.
Still, that dream still sticks with me to this day. I can't pinpoint an exact movie that did it, but yeah, just basically killed everybody in in my house, including me. So that was, yeah, that's the one I can remember in my house. Most of my dreams, can't say really take place in my house.
I was gonna say I have a lot of dreams that have family or friends or things like that. I almost feel like the ones I remember are always in some unrecognizable location, which I
Yeah,
don't know what that means, but
yeah.
got Drew here. What's up, Drew? Says he's been dealing with it since he was a teenager. It happens mostly when he sleeps during the day. It's a miserable feeling. Never seen anything, but I usually moan in fear when it's happening.
Oh man, that
His
sucks, dude.
exes had mentioned that too.
Yeah, that
It's
can't
kind
be
of
fun.
crazy. Let's talk about, Art Bell was talked about sleep paralysis a lot, and one of the things he always had shows about that really freaked me out was the Old Hag.
Yeah.
So we're gonna talk about the Old Hag here. And what's up, Mustard Works? Thanks for being here. It's one of the oldest legends connected to sleep paralysis is the Old Hag. In this version, a person wakes up unable to move and feels an old woman sitting on their chest, pressing down, stealing their breath. The Old Hag appears in different forms across different cultures: a witch, demon, spirit, or night visitor. The details change, but the pattern stays the same. You wake up, you cannot move, something is on your chest. From a scientific view, the chest pressure comes from the body still being in a sleep state. The brain feels pressure and fear, and gives that fear a face. But from a paranormal view, maybe people are seeing the same figure because something is really visiting them in that half awake state. Either way, the Old Hag is one of the creepiest examples of folklore being born from a real human experience. I know you've heard about the Old Hag before.
Hmm.
Uh, what do you think is kind of summons that up in people? Because there's obviously not an old hag in your room, but
Yeah, I could play psychologist and say maybe fear of aging somehow.
yeah,
Maybe
could be.
that's why we're conjuring, an old person. Old people can be creepy. They may not be all there. I'm sure that's a fear that goes way, way back. So I would really put that one fear of aging. Although it is interesting that it tends to be a female in most accounts. Although
Yeah,
I don't know, there's I've heard some where it's like a creepy old man, and yeah.
got Jake in here. What's up, Jake?
What's up, fellas?
You got
Uh,
sleep paralysis, Jake?
Nah, nope.
you've heard of
You
this
don't.
topic though, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. Very interesting, and I mean, I would if anybody's had it, I would say something extremely scary.
Are you familiar with the old hag part of this?
Hmm.
Are you familiar with the old hag that the people see the old hag sitting on their chest when they wake up?
No, not that one.
Bruise of the old hag penetrates the dreams of the.
Damn.
Oh gosh. Uh, Drew was saying that that's why he stopped sleeping on his back many years ago. Uh, Hates the pressure on his chest during it.
Yeah, I'm a stomach sleeper, but I'm assuming nothing to do with that.
All right, well, let's move to another experience people have, and shadow people and the Hat Man. You
I've
see
heard of
Dan
that
in the
one.
room.
Uh,
Modern sleep paralysis stories that often involve shadow people. A dark figure in the corner, a shape near the door, something leaning over the bed. One of the most famous is the Hat Man, usually described as a tall, shadowy figure wearing a white, wide brimmed hat. Skeptics say the brain creates simple human shapes when it feels threatened. Believers ask why so many people report a similar figure. That is the strange part. Are we all wired to see the same kind of monster, or are people seeing the same thing because the same thing is there? You guys have said you've heard of the Hat Man. What do you think is creepier? Is it a detailed figure or just a shadow with no face?
My nickname in college was the Sex Demon, so it goes back to there, I think.
You had all the old hags.
Yeah.
That's right. That'd be your perfect sleep paralysis, wouldn't it? Old Hag sitting on top of you. You'd love that.
Start banging her. Break those hips. Teach her a lesson.
She's an old hag that used to do porn. Do you guys think that similar reports, though, make the paranormal case stronger?
I mean, I don't know. I have a very strong opinion on the paranormal stuff, but I feel like
you pretty much a skeptic until you see something.
Yeah, I would have to see something. I think, like, I just don't.
I don't disagree with you on that, but
you're gonna have Netanyahu sitting on your chest tonight.
He's got a shit on his chest. What's him do?
I almost feel like it's a case of a lot of stuff. The word of mouth spreads, and then one person says they see this, and then somebody else has. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that's how a lot of this stuff spreads.
That's how a lot of things happen in every type of situation. So, but yeah. All right. Would you rather see the old hag or the Hat Man?
Probably the Hat Man.
Like I said, we see the Hat Man every show, so I don't.
Go.
Shadow, but so the Hat Man thing goes beyond just like that whole lore goes beyond just sleep paralysis.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
Well, I think a lot of the, there's like the Slender Man story and all that, and that's just, I think it's all kind of evolves from the same tales.
Slender Man's a bitch boy. Hat Man is at the top of the food chain.
Slender Man only has like 5 Blu-rays. So,
yeah. The Slender Man watches me sit on women's chests. Thank you very much. Sits in the corner in the cuck chair.
All right. Well, let's talk about possible explanations. There are a few ways to look at sleep paralysis. The scientific explanation. Your brain wakes up before your body does, and dream imagery leaks into the room. The folklore explanation. People created legends like the Old Hag to explain a terrifying sleep experience. The paranormal explanation. The frozen state between sleep and waking lets people sense spirits, shadow people, demons, or other entities. The alien abduction explanation. Some abduction stories may actually be sleep paralysis. With paralysis, bedroom figures, bright lights, fear, and missing time all blending together. Most cases probably have a sleep science explanation, but a few stories have details that keep people wondering. A figure seen by more than one person, a voice saying something specific, a mark on the body, a repeated visitor. That's where the file refuses to close. What explanation makes the most sense to you guys?
Maybe it's aliens that are behind it all. I mean,
I don't know like the science, and I mean I know our bodies can do like extremely wonderful things and a bunch of different things under certain circumstances. I almost wonder if like, because yes, you are awake, right, in sleep paralysis, but you can't move anything. Yeah. I wonder if you're like in between. Like you're conscious enough to tell what's going on, but maybe your brain's still in the sleep dream pattern, and so maybe that can explain.
That's what stuff. We kind of went in that at the beginning. The scientific explanation is that you wake up before your body kind of paralyzes itself, so you don't act out your dreams.
Yeah,
and part of it is you wake up before you can come out of that paralysis. So, that's the scientific explanation of it. So I guess you kind of fall on the scientific explanation then.
Yeah, more. Yeah. On that, yeah.
Imagine how much money the mattress companies would make if we all just acted out our dreams. I mean, it'd be
If we acted
making
out our
bank.
dreams, I might be in fucking jail. I'll tell you that right now.
I'm
We all
telling you,
might, honestly.
the day we can put like a chip in our brain and it like records our dreams for us, man,
Yeah,
What the fuck is wrong with you?
that's the
You're
real
live
AI.
streaming it on YouTube.
movies would be obsolete at that point. You know how many dreams I've had? I'm like, this would be an awesome movie. And then I forget all about it in like an hour. I forget everything.
So, do you guys think that some ghost or alien stories could actually be sleep paralysis?
It's possible. I mean, maybe you're more, well, at least taking the ghost side of it first, maybe you're more open to that in that
Right.
state. Just like a DMT sort of trip, you see certain things, you're in tune with certain things. I've never done that, so I can't speak to it directly, but it's entirely possible that is a state in which we can interact with that sort of thing. I don't know. We're all on different wavelengths. We've all probably seen a dog that's barking at something that's not there. It's
Yeah.
just, we've all had that experience. Who knows? Maybe that's something with our sleep pattern where, brain is more open to be able to interact with real things like that.
You guys gonna be heard of the case where a guy woke up and killed his wife? They
I
say
have
he
heard
didn't
of
know
that.
he was doing it because he just woke up.
I think he did. He did get something, but I think he had like a he before that he had a condition, pretty much sleepwalking, but I know what he's talking about. I've heard that case.
I think sleepwalking might be even scarier. I
Yeah.
mean, who's to say what? I mean, you hear these crazy stories where somebody will, just make like a 3-course meal and not even realize it, go back to bed, do something
Yeah.
complicated like that, clean their kitchen. But also maybe somebody just walks out into the highway. That's scarier to me.
I put the pillows in the oven.
Oh, really?
No, Step Brothers. Come on, Dan. Shit.
Okay. Sorry.
When they're sleepwalking.
Oh yeah.
Putting the pillows in the oven.
I love the outtakes of that movie where he just goes and throws the presents on the bed.
That's probably one of the greatest comedies ever made.
It's a good one.
I would say, back on topic, I don't really lean into the paranormal as much, but aliens could make sense. Like, you've heard stories of people like waking up during surgeries and being like, still the medicine they can't move. So, I mean, yeah, that one I could buy. Yeah.
All right, well, let's talk about what can trigger sleep paralysis. Sleep paralysis can happen to almost anyone, but certain things make it more likely. Stress, lack of sleep, irregular sleep schedules. Drew, you sleep in the day. Anxiety, sleeping on your back. There you go. That makes sense because sleep paralysis happens in the messy border between sleeping and waking. When you sleep, your sleep is disrupted. That border gets easier to slip into. Some people say they can reduce episodes by getting better sleep, lowering stress, avoiding sleeping on their back, and reminding themselves during an episode, this is sleep paralysis. It will pass. Of course, that's easier to say when it's not a shadow goblin standing near the dresser. What would your guys' strategy be if you were woke up and felt you were in that state? What would you kind of do to keep yourself calm?
I don't think I could. I'd probably be freaking out. I couldn't imagine. Like, I've never had it, anything like that. My sleeps, all them symptoms for you mentioned, that's about my sleep pattern.
Yeah.
But I just couldn't imagine being like conscious and like not being able to do anything.
That's what I was telling Dan. I was like, I have this fear of just being paralyzed, period. So to just have that feeling for a minute or two would be terrifying. So
I don't know how logical you could be in that state. That may also be a question for somebody that's been there. I mean, I don't know. Can you reason with yourself like, all right, this is going to pass. This is impermanent. I know I'm in my bed. I will eventually come out of it. Another question that I would have for some people that have been through it, can you be woken out of it by somebody else? Like if your wife, husband, whatever, just, starts shaking you, do you come out of it? Maybe that's a different answer for different people, but
that almost like, I would wonder in a situation like that if you would see that person as something they're not. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
yeah, that's true. That's
like
true.
If you would, just because you're like, as you said, I guess your brain's not. It's on, but it's not completely sending the signals to your body enough to.
Mm-hmm.
Short Night of Glass Dolls is a decent movie kind of on this topic. I'll have to check that out.
There's another movie about this thing. I think it's a straight to DVD 2000s. I can't remember what it's called.
There's several movies that tackle this. I don't know if you would come in yet, but the Nightmare is a great doc on this.
Yeah, I've seen that. I think this is a movie before. Oh, I'd have to look.
Well, the Nightmare you can watch on Prime right now if you have Prime.
Okay.
Did you talk about demons and stuff with this stuff?
That kind of fell in the Old Hag thing because that kind of wraps up. People see witches, demons, stuff like that. But yeah. All right, let's talk final thoughts here. Sleep paralysis is one of those topics that sits perfectly between science and the paranormal. Science explains the paralysis. Science explains the hallucinations. Science explains the chest pressure. But it does not always explain why the experience feels so evil, so personal, and so real. Maybe sleep paralysis is just the brain misfiring in the dark. Maybe folklore gives shape to that fear. Or maybe in that strange moment between dream and waking, people sometimes notice something that is usually hidden. So after all this, Jake, you still landing on the science part? Is that kind of your thoughts?
For the most part, because even if you look at, I'm trying to think what big haunting case it was. Maybe Connecticut. Maybe that's not right. One of the big haunting. Well, they come to find out they had some some kind of shit in this house they bought that fucking chemically fucked them all up. So that explains being able, your
house has mold.
Exactly. I mean, fuck you up and all that shit. I'm very much a molder, I want to believe,
Right.
But I don't know.
I just feel like even if there's not any outside influence, your mind plays tricks on you at times. So
it does. That's what's wild still about the human body. We don't even know. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know that there's ways to determine that shit scientifically, really.
I don't think there is, because I think your subconscious, I think there's stuff you put back there you don't even realize is back there.
Yeah.
And so if, something happens and that just triggers it.
I mean, there's weird things like you could have some food when you were a kid that may or may not be allergic to. Let's say you aren't, but you were sick that night. Anytime you think about that same food, it kind of keeps you away from it. So your mind does weird things like that.
Reese's Pieces, that's mine.
Is it?
Yeah,
vanilla Coke for me.
Me and a friend one time, we had a huge fucking Walmart sack full of the little ones.
Yeah.
and we ate the whole bag, and we both got sick and puked, and haven't been able to smell a Reese's since.
Oh wow. What's up, Connected? Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, I mean, our mind, our perception, I mean, it's easily manipulated. Like you said, mold in your house, drugs, alcohol. I mean, there's a lot of things. If you wanted somebody to see something, certainly ways to manipulate. It is interesting to me. I've always wondered if we are kind of on something of another plane and more open to seeing the supernatural while we are in that state, not awake. So maybe you could, see things. I can't think of the story, but I know somebody went down a rabbit hole involving like other dimensions at one point. Perhaps that could be a part of that where a mind goes.
Yeah.
We don't know. There's a lot of things we still don't know about the human mind. What do we use? 10% of it, I think, is roughly.
Like
yeah, that's about what we use. So there's a lot more to map there. We don't understand a lot about the human mind.
Interesting. Yeah, who knows? Yeah, that's kind of the show tonight. I appreciate you guys. You're talking about this topic. It's always one that if you go back, anybody goes back and checks out the old Art Bell shows about sleep paralysis, it's really, really interesting. So I highly recommend that. Any way you can find those. But
did Art suffer from that? I'm trying to remember.
I don't know. I'd have to go back and listen to some stuff. And I think he kind of believed in it back in the day, but of course he didn't. He did all that stuff, whether he did or not. He entertained all those topics. So maybe I will, since I can't really put a lot of Art Bell on the channel anymore, maybe I will throw the sleep paralysis ones on Patreon or something. So if you're on the Patreon, go check that out. I'll try to do that in the next week. Any sleep paralysis old coast to coast episodes. So, Jake, you got anything coming up you're going to be doing? Are you going to start doing some videos again? Or are you going
to? I think so. Maybe next week. I don't know. We'll have to...
I got to say, I've been pretty consistent here lately, last several weeks, and it's kind of felt good. It's felt like old times a little bit. So
I'm sure it helps with your numbers too, the algorithm.
Yeah.
They like that. They like
the first JFK episode we did has actually done really well. I guess they heard enough though after that because the second one didn't do as great.
Sorry about that.
It's all right. It's all right. Some outside forces might be holding it now.
Probably.
Dan, what do you guys got coming up?
Flesh Wound Features live on Tuesday. That should be interesting because we're reviewing Citizen Vigilante, Supergirl.
Why don't I have that yet?
Well, why? Well, you would have to get it yourself through
me. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, Cousin Dale. But yeah, no, we're doing that. We got some controversial movies talking about. I think Tuesday. We could be Wednesday this week. It's a little weird, but I'm pretty sure we're Tuesday again. So that and July 19th, You've Got a Death Curse live from the Reina Dome in Corona, California. We're going to announce the, I believe, the last matches, and there's a couple big ones actually that we're going to be announcing on Tuesday. So fleshwoundfeatures.com. Get your tickets now. It's our tribute to summer slasher movies. So you like horror movies, you like pro wrestling, check that out. Maybe we'll even do an Art Bell inspired death match at some point. It's possible.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Spidey. I'm having fun with it. It's been fun to kind of go through this stuff. So
yeah. Leave comments, by the way, guys. Like if you've had sleep paralysis experiences, drop them in the comments. It always helps commenting, and
Yeah,
maybe that'll get used on a future episode.
and maybe future episodes I can find some experts on these subjects and have them come on. So we'll see.
Yeah.
I know that takes a little more work because I kind of have to be researched up a little better, but I don't want to look like a fool hosting this shit. But anyway,
we need a new art. Well, you gotta fill the void.
Just have ChatGPT do all the research for you.
Well, it kind of does now. I'll be honest. But I did want to shout out Cable Channel 11. I know Dan and I at least will be on there tomorrow night for a rumble on baseball movies. So, you coming on there, Jake?
When he says a time, maybe.
Oh, okay.
I gotta work the next day, so I don't.
Oh, okay.
I can't go.
I do too. So hopefully it's not too late, Jess. Let's get this thing.
I'll go ahead. Sandlot's greatest baseball movie ever. Boom.
All right. Done. So Monday Night Live will be here. We'll kind of wrap up, do a little follow up on the Severance sale, and one of the things I want to do is a boutique label tier list. I think Dead Pit did that a while back, so it'll be fun. We'll just kind of do that, and then a little programming note leading up to next weekend. Obviously, next weekend is actually tomorrow night there will be another Bell Classics. Didn't want to say that. I think on Night Terrors, so it kind of ties in with this. And Monday night we'll do Monday Night Live. Next Saturday night, of course, is the 4th of July, so we won't be doing a show, but I do have something for y'all. I want to share this image of what I got coming up for you. I think you're all going to enjoy it. It is Bell Classics 4th of July Marathon. So,
hell yeah.
So at least 4 episodes back to back to back. So
it's not just any 4th of July. It's USA's 250, baby.
It is. That's why Art's dressed as Uncle Sam there. And
yeah.
So that I'm not sure the start time on that. Make sure you're subscribed and you got your notification set because I'm not sure what time I'll get that started up. But we'll be doing that next Saturday. Next Sunday there will be another Bell Classics episode. And then the following Monday, there will be no Monday Night Live. I got a medical procedure Tuesday morning, so we're going to take that Monday off. But that's kind of the shows coming up. So, and then we may be bringing back some Midnight Movie Club stuff too. So,
hell yeah!
Stay tuned for that. So, that's all I got. You guys got anything else?
Nothing else. I'm gonna go buy some Severance stuff now.
Okay.
In about 20 minutes.
Yeah. Everybody in the chat, thanks for being here. Appreciate y'all being out there and keeping the chat lively. And until we see you Monday night, tune in to Bell Classics tomorrow night. We'll see you Monday night. Take it easy.